Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm back with 50 Stack Challenge 3 created by the lovely Amy at Crafty Cat. Please do put in this hashtag so that you can see what other people are making, and don't forget to head over to Amy's channel to see what this is all about, because if you don't know, what she's basically done is she's created 50 different prompts, put them in the bag, and every week she pulls out 2 and then is creating something inspired by those prompts. She is creating 2 pieces of ephemera, but the challenge is open to create what you want. It's a bit of fun. It's a bit of creative fun. That's all it is. And it doesn't even need to be Christmas themed. So I have a playlist of everything I've made so far on my channel. Some of it's Christmas, some of it's Halloween, some of it's Yule. And I know Amy, I think, has a playlist of what she's created. So again, go check those out and let's get started. So today's prompts are star and light for me because I'm a little bit behind. So I wanted to do the lights one first. So I've got this window envelope, junk mail envelope. I'm going to glue it down and we're going to turn this into a pad for our journals. It's journal ephemera, so for our journals. So I've taken it, I've glued the back bit. I'm going to cut it in half, fold it in half, and then I'm just going to trim it. I'm not measuring anything, I'm just trimming. I want it to roughly, well no, I think I want it a bit bigger on this side because we want to be able to decorate. So I'm trimming this at 4 inches. Yes, so that's quite nice. If you don't have a window envelope, you could just make this with some scrapbook paper and some acetate. I basically want this open because we're going to put a journaling card in there, but I don't want this bit open. So I'm just going to glue that down. I'm basically going to glue, it would be easier to do this if I'd left it open. I'm going to sort of glue just below the fold line and then along that edge. And then I'm going to fold that and use my bone folder. I've got loads of these window envelopes, so I'm always looking for ways to use them in my journals. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a pocket and things like that and a tag. But let's do this. I've never made one of these before, so it should be interesting. So I have these. You can kind of pick these books up. I know where we are in the UK, they're in the works, but they're kind of card making and they've got like loads of random bits in them. And I tend to use them in my own journals, like my own December dailies and that. But I wanted to use some. So we've got that one. We've got this little one here. Again, it's from the works. I've had these a couple of years, but I think they get similar ones in each year. And I took this image out of it because I kind of want this image to be in there. I've also got this little collaged card that you can see I haven't backed, that I just made that was in my scrap pile. And this is also from one of the books. I kind of want to make this into a journaling card for inside here. So I'm just going to eyeball it, as they say, and trim that down because I want a little journaling card inside the pad. I'm just going to trim that, trim it there. Like so. I will probably round the corners. I'm going to keep these because I can use those scraps. So that would go inside there. I was thinking I might use this on top. I mean, it's going to be quite chunky. I have to move it over because it has to be in the window, which is absolutely fine. I'm wondering if I can, because this is double-sided book page. So I'm actually going to pull off the other bit of it because this is already collaged, so I might as well use it. I have it that way. No, I like it this way. Okay, now I'm going to use, first of all, I'm going to get a fresh one of these. And I'm going to use some walnut stain on here, Distress ink, Distress Oxide. Just want to grab it because I just want a bit of summer around the edges. So it's always good to have some collaged bits. That's why I love collage masterboards and things like that, because I like, I'm going to put some paper on the back of here. I like, so I'm just grabbing the paper. This is some lined paper. I like being able to just grab them when I need them. I'm just going to glue this. And then they're great to make ephemera with. I know I don't make a lot of pre-made ephemera really, which is why I'm really enjoying this challenge. But I do like collage masterboards, so I suppose I do pre-make some. Not a lot, but some. So this is just some tea-dyed lined paper. I'm just going to actually put it on there first, rather than cut the tea-dyed out. Where's my bone folder? Let's just press this down. And yeah, so do you know what? I really struggled with these prompts. I don't know why, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. For a lot of these prompts, I've been making ephemera for a couple of journals that I've been working on. Right, I'm going to cut this lengthways because I want to use the long bit in the actual pad itself. So I'm just going to do that. So yeah, now I've got this nice long bit that I can put in a pad. What was I saying? Yes, I've been making ephemera for 2 specific journals, but these prompts, I don't know. They not necessarily that they didn't work, because of course they will, because they're your prompts, so stars, they're your journals, so stars and lights will of course work. But I don't know, I just felt like what I was finding and what I had in my stash wasn't working with what I wanted. I need to leave this to dry because I actually want to round the edges. I always find rounding edges helps when you're putting ephemera, like journaling cards and that, inside something. So I'm gonna leave that to dry, and we are now going to start on this. So as I was saying, yeah, the prompts didn't necessarily really go with the theme, so I had to find something else. So I thought, let's just do something different. So I also have these pads. Now, I used to make cards and used to be able to get these packs with all these papers and ephemeras that are really easy and good to make cards with. So I thought I'm just going to use it in here, so if I can find some papers, because they're just sitting in my stash, not doing much, because I don't really make that many cards anymore. I want on this, not sort of a vintage vibe, but also I want it, like I like this spotty one, I want it to be brighter, I suppose, than the other one, but yeah, sort of a vintage vibe. I like this around here. So yeah, I'm just trying to use what I have in my stash, because if I quite like that because it says believe down there, but I think I'm going to use something else. Oh, I like that green. I like that. I like the kind of tartan. That kind of goes quite well. Yeah, I'm trying to use what's in my stash, because otherwise, what is the point? Be a lot of tartan though, but I quite like that kind of kiss one of having it. You can't even see this one. Because if we're not going to use it, we might as well throw it away. You know. I'm trying to see if there's another one. Lots of reds and greens. Got some music paper too. I do like that. That's quite nice. Oh, I've got an idea for that Believe one, actually. Where did it go to? Watch me not be able to find it now. There it is. Right, I've got an idea for that. So I am going to use it. Okay. So we've got some papers. We've got a lot of different papers. We've got our little pad. And now, what I was thinking for the Believe one, wouldn't that be nice? Like on the inside of there. Because obviously we've got pad of paper, so it's covering most of it. But wouldn't that be nice just at the back as a little bit of interest when you're flicking through the pad? I don't know. I think so. Let's go with it. I am going to trim that a bit better. I just wanted to rip it off because there was other ephemera I wouldn't have been able to cut round except with a pair of scissors. So I'm going to cut this a bit more here. And then I think I said it was 4 inches, didn't I? So, although we could fold that over, so that's okay. Now, how wide is it? That's the real, not high, wide, high. How high is it? Okay. Let's do it this way. There is an easier way. I could just measure it. But, you know, why make life easy for myself? So yeah, I was a bit like, oh, I don't know what to do for these prompts. I'm not feeling that inspired, not because of the prompts, but because I'm just coming off making quite a bit of like the big commission journal I made and a few other things. And I'm just, I just get a bit, I suppose creatively worn out when I'm working on big journals, a lot of journals for a prolonged period of time, which I was. Very blessed, obviously, to be making commission pieces. Please make sure you're gluing it the right way. I was just checking. But yeah, when you're working, and I've been non-stop busy with so many things, I think my brain just went, let's just take a break for a while. While your body's still doing all lots of stuff and running around and doing let's just take a break. So creatively, I would say I've not been in like a lost my creative mojo. It's just more of a, I was in a bit of a creative slump. I'm going to bend this over here. And yeah, I just couldn't like get in my head what I wanted to do for this. It's obviously coming up to October, and I do a lot of things in October, and I've been busy making things for my Advent, that swap that I do every year, and obviously getting ready for the October daily, and just getting ready for October full stop. And I still don't feel ready, and working on journals. So yes, I think my brain just needed a bit of a stop, so I couldn't really think. I just think that's so cute. Okay, let's have a look at what we want to do. So we're basically gonna just kind of, not collage exactly, but kind of, oh, I really like this green. So let's have a look at where this green necessarily needs to go. It can go over the edge anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I can't think of what to do. I can't really, they're not going to work for the journals that I have, although they will work for any journal, obviously, but just the bits that I had. And then I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Let's ink. I'm having to ink as I go because I don't know what's going to be showing and what's not going to be showing. Does that make sense? So I am having to ink as I go. So I'm sorry if you don't like that, but it is what it is, as they say. If I do that there, then I can trim that. I kind of want the front to not be too overpowering because I need to decorate the front. So I don't want it to be too much. I've cut that because this is going to have to fold around here. Like so. And then I'm just going to cut this bit off. So yeah, I think we all get like that sometimes, don't we? I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me where we've been working non-stop on creative projects or on anything. I get like it with my reading sometimes too. I mean, I love to read. I love read every day and everything. But sometimes if I've been reading a lot, say I'm taking part in a readathon or something, and I've been reading a lot, then sometimes I'm just like, oh, I need a bit of a break for, I don't know, a couple of days because my brain won't work anymore. Need to make sure that's the open bit. So let's just push that inside because it will strengthen that edge. So if you're using envelopes, I like to put the paper on the inside and fold it over because it does strengthen it when you're taking like bits in and out of the pocket. So there we go, there's that. Got a little bit there that I can trim off. I need to be careful because I feel like I'm cutting the envelope, but thankfully that doesn't matter because I'll probably stitch around it a little bit, or possibly, I don't know, possibly, or we'll glue it. I mean, what does it matter? So she is going to be in here like so. So I'm going to put her in just so I can have a look at what I'm going to be putting around her. I mean, we do have this cute tree one, which would go down the bottom quite nicely. We have this adorable, I love dots. It's just a thing. I love polka dots. So let's take this one actually, because this has like, can you see? It's got squares on it where these are meant to go, but we can use the stuff around it. So let's do that. And then, yeah, let's just cut that. But back now, doing a video. You'll probably notice there haven't been videos. I have been so busy and I just did not get time to pre-record, unfortunately, because, yeah, I've just been busy running around and getting ready and things like that. So we kind of want this here. I don't want it all the way across the bottom. There will be nice. I'm going to fold it. And then I'm going to cut it. Like so. Ink this up. So anyway, how have you guys been? Are you ready for October? I know for some you don't necessarily celebrate Halloween, but are you ready for just those seasonal vibes if you live in the hemisphere where it is that season? And if not, are you ready for the other seasonal vibes? I believe it must be spring. Must be spring because it's the opposite, isn't it? So it must be spring. I'll have to ask my daughter's best friend in the world. I've got some music paper, Christmas vintage music paper. Obviously, I'm going to use that because I always use music paper because I love it. Yeah, my daughter's best friend in the world is over visiting at the moment, and she lives in Australia. She is originally from the UK but moved to Australia, oh my gosh, how many years ago now? Oh, well, I think it was when they finished secondary, I want to say, which is quite a lot. No, it can't be that long. It can't be that long. And then she moved back for a little while, and then she went back to Australia, off and on. But basically, my daughter hasn't seen her since the you-know-what. And I'm going to fold that over possibly, or maybe not. And they're just so excited to see each other. They have literally known each other because my daughter's friend's mother and my partner, my daughter's father, used to work together, and they started working together when the girls were about 3 years old, and so they've known each other. I mean, my daughter's 30 now, so they've known each other basically their whole lives. And then they ended up going to the same secondary school, and because they weren't at the same primary school, which is what it's called over here. They weren't at the same primary. We lived in a slightly different place, but they ended up going to the same secondary, and then yeah, they've just known each other, and then they started working at the same place as their parents. And yeah, so they started working there when they both kind of turned 16, 17, and they've just been best friends for literally as long as I can. Well, friends for as long as I can remember. Right, we're going to cut this. So yeah, it's so nice to be able to see her. And not only is she coming, but her mum's coming, and her mum hasn't been back, I don't think, to the UK since she moved to Australia. And so that's really fun. They're all catching up, and her younger brother was probably about 4 when he left the UK to go to Australia with his mum, obviously. And he has not been back to the UK since. So it's a whole thing for him, because it's like, oh, and also it's quite cold, and he's coming from beautiful, sunny and gorgeous Australia to come here. It's just like, are you a little disappointed? But yeah, so it's so exciting. And actually, as I'm filming this, my daughter's friend is actually coming to stay with us tonight. And yeah, so, and then go and stay with my daughter for a while, because yeah, so they're basically doing the rounds. I think they're here for about a month, and it's going to be so much fun. My daughter's arranged, because she got engaged last year, she's arranged for her first kind of let's go wedding dress shopping experience, which, you know, she's planning that, but she's planned it specifically when her best friend's over. That's going to look so cute, because she actually wants her best friend to come, obviously, as well as her mum. She wants her best friend to come. I think that's so cute. I don't think that's big enough for there, though. To come to the wedding dress shopping. So we've arranged all that for when her friend is over. It's just going to be me, my daughter, and her best friend. I mean, memories, guys, memories. It's that she's so excited to see her. She's been trying to get to Australia for quite a while, and you know, it's not too expensive for her. She works in the travel industry, so you know, it's okay. And obviously, she would stay with her best friend, so it's not even expensive, like in terms of accommodation, but it's just being able to find the time with everything else. But I can see that happening quite soon. Or I was going to fold that over, and I've just realised we've got that believe under there, so we don't want to fold it over, do we? So let's do that. You can see I'm just collaging on here. I love to collage. So we've got all sorts going on, and I just think my brain was like, oh, I can't think of anything to make or do because I need to go to sleep. But yeah, so let me know what I got onto the this is how my brain works, guys. You're getting an insight onto my brain. It goes at 10,000 miles an hour, and I'm thinking of so many things at the same time. So I was thinking of a friend coming because I was thinking about all of you wonderful guys in the other hemisphere who aren't in fall, or having, like, you'd still be celebrating Halloween because it's still that time of year, but you're not having the fall vibes. You're having a different seasonal experience to us here in the other hemisphere. And I was just kind of then I started thinking about her friend. I'm going to put a bit of music on the back here anyway, because I just want to break up. There's tartan at the top here and tartan there, and I just kind of want to break it up. So I'm going to put a piece of music on there. And that's where I then went about a friend coming to stay and what we're going to be doing. And yeah, my brain's going at 10,000 miles an hour with all that. So that is how it works. I have so many things in my brain at once. Okay, so now we're going to do the inside, guys. And where did that... I had the stripes. Where did the stripes go? Like, I don't even know where the stripes went. Different stripes. Let's use some of this because we have it. So let's use some of that, which means we need this bit. Might put it down the bottom there. We need this bit done. I thought I had... Okay, let's have a look at the scraps. Ah! Found it, guys. I was looking for this. I was thinking, where is that? Where has it gone to? Yes. So let me know how your plans are going for the spooky season if you celebrate it. Do you make an October daily? If so, let me know down below. I will be doing one again this year, as I have done for the past 4 years, is it now? Yeah, I love them. I love doing it. Last year's was a bit different because I tend to follow Pink Oddbird's prompts, and it was like a spooky story prompt last year, which was very much fun. But this year, I think I'm just going to trim that. This year I will be doing a mix, I think, again. I like to do memory keeping with dailies, and also whatever the prompts are that Pink Oddbird has come up with, I will be doing those. So yes, now, am I going to fold this over? I am going to fold this over. Means I do need to cut it to size. So let's trim that. Oh my gosh, this is taking ages and we haven't even started on the other one yet. We need to put the pad in here. Right, come on, Belle. So, yeah. Let me know down below. I want to hear how you're all doing. And what you've all been up to. And hopefully now my brain has had its little creative rest and is back to go, because it's the busiest time of the year for me. So I'm going to put this on here, and then I think I'm going to use the rest of that music paper because I've got a scrap and I might as well. So let's just do this. I might put a little image up there because, you know, you want it looking nice. Do this. Oh, I don't know. I do love the Christmas season, and there is stuff everywhere at the moment. I get, I'm a bit like squirrel. I get so distracted when we walk into a shop and I'm looking at Halloween stuff, and then the next thing you know, there's Christmas stuff as well that's super cute, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, but look at that. Oh, but look at that. Oh no, but look at that. I get so distracted, guys, with it. It's just one of those things, right? You don't want to stick. So instead of fighting with you, I'm just going to cut you off. It's fine. And again, I'm trying to make sure the music paper is the right way up, because when we open it, if I was to put it, because it goes down that way, if I open it that way, it would be upside down, and I don't want to see that. So we're doing it this way, and this actually says Christmas on it, this piece of music, so it's perfect. There we go. But yeah, back to the craft table, back to getting myself ready. All right, so that's that bit, and we're going to now make the pad. So I've got the bits of paper here. It was 4 inches, so I'm just gonna cut a load of these to 4 inches. I'm gonna keep the weird wiggly bit on there because I like it, so I need to make sure that is in. Let's cut this bit too, to about 4 inches. Well, it's just under, I think I'm going, because obviously when you then fold it up, you want them fitting in. I think I'm just going to do 4, so 2 sheets of paper, 4 pieces, and then fold it over. That should be enough of a notebook, shouldn't it? So let's do that. And now this is where I do need to know how long this is, because I need to trim these. Right, so it's just over 9 1/4. So if I trim these to 9, that should be long enough. To 9 inches, sorry. And give us a bit of space. So yeah. So I do measure sometimes, guys. So these are much more random pieces. These aren't like themed for my journals, but they will probably work in an October daily or a different kind of journal. Right, so we've got the 4 pieces. So let's just begin folding. I think I want this one on top because it's got these beautiful bits here, and it will show up with the papers underneath. Let's just fold them all in half, shall we? And then go for it. Make a little pad. Yeah, so I get very squirrel-fied. I mean, I'm squirrel-fied in talking today. I think it's because I haven't done a video in over a week. And yeah, I'm just like, oh, look at that nutcracker. Oh no, look at that pumpkin. It's a whole thing. I just love it both. My daughter and I laugh because we're both like that this time of year. Me more than her, because I'm more into Halloween than she is, but we both love it. She's really into cute Halloween. I mean, so am I. I like cute Halloween, but yeah. Right, perfect. And you can see, because I've put this one here, we can see the paper underneath. I don't mind it's poking out a little bit at the bottom. Let's really, really bring that down, and it's going to go in here. I think I want to stitch it in, so yeah, I might do that. I might stitch it in. Oh, that's going to look so cute, 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 cute. Okay, now where did this go? Here it is. I'm hoping it's dry enough that I can round the corners now, guys. That's what I'm hoping. So we left it to dry. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Like so. Let's move this a minute, and we're going to put this on here. I'm going to round just the corners, just these two, to mimic this, because it's going to be quite close to this edge. I don't, that annoys me when that happens. I don't need these ones done because they'll be along a straight edge there, but this will be quite close to this edge. Do you see what I mean? Does that make sense? Hopefully it does, and you understand what I'm saying. I'm going to have to trim this a little bit because I didn't have it in the rounder properly and it's gone a bit funny. That's fine, just trim it. And now we're going to stick this on here. I also have these really big snowflakes, which I really love. I picked these up in Hobbycraft, and I think this would look really nice on here as well, actually. I don't want it too over decorated because it has to go in the pocket. So, oh, these are quite thick, actually. I was thinking maybe... Now, where's the image? Where's the image? Where's that cute image? Where has it gone, guys? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, guys, I found it. So, yeah. So I'm going to put this on first, like so. And then I'm going to put the snowflake and image on. So these have more of a vintage feel, these ones, which isn't my usual go-to. I'm going to be honest, I'm a garish girl. Christmas, I want the lights, I want the tinsel, I want it all. But I do also like woodland. Like my own decoration is a mix of Santa and woodland. Right, I'm going to trim this because I don't need the whole thing and I don't want to waste them. So, yeah, I kind of want that down there like that with that. I might have to trim it a little bit more, actually. But that's okay. We will do that. Let's get this glued. This is going to be interesting to glue. But yeah, give me woodlands, natural tree, you know, baked stained glass biscuits, all that kind of yummy stuff on the tree. And then give me as many Santas as I can possibly fit in my house. In case you don't know, I actually collect Santas. That was underneath. So, yeah. I like a nice mix. But I do love those vintage things. Like I make paper chains every year for the house. Because I just love that look. And I really hope this is, when I put this in here, let's trim it and have a look. Yeah, so I love paper chains. I love all those kind of vintage things. I have decorations that my parents had that fits perfectly. Parents had on their tree when I was growing up, which is considered vintage now. And all that kind of thing. Now you may be wondering, Belle, where do the lights come in? And I've also got this little tab that I'm going to put on here so you can get it in and out of the pocket. Stop wandering off. You're like, Belle, where are the lights? The lights are coming, guys. The lights are coming. They're going to be on the outside. So, yeah. I'm going to put that on there. Let's move it a little bit so that we can get it in and out of here. Right, now this is going to go inside this pad like so, with that sticking out just a little bit so that you know it's there. And then we have these adorable light stickers, and obviously the tree's there, guys, and it makes me think of Christmas lights on the tree, you know. Yeah, that's what it makes me think of. Christmas lights on the tree. Now these are 3-dimensional and I don't want them to be, so I'm just going to take the 3D foam off and then use some glue on it. And I want these across the top here, so I'm going to cut there, put those back with those, and then I'm going to use these cute lights, these little stickers, and they do go, guys. you do go. That will dry clear, that glue. Little lights, little lights. And then I have some decorative bits that I want to try. I thought because this had a tree on it, this might be quite nice to use. I think it's a Tim Holtz piece. I did not cut that at all straight because I've still got some of the... I'm wondering if I want the rest of the snowflake on here too, because I've used it on the inside, so it may be quite nice to use on the outside. Some of this down here, like so. I wanted to use Jingle Bells. This is one of those chipboard pieces, so I'm just pulling some of it off because it's just too chunky. And I was going to have Jingle Bells. Don't know if I want that. Maybe Jingle Bells along here, because again, that makes me think of Christmas trees. You know, you put all the bits and bobs on your tree. Oh, got this cute little lady snow couple that are just too... So it's still got a bit of a vintage feel. That's going to go quite cutely. And then let's have a look at what else. Peppermint. I have this little thing. It says 24th of December. I could go down there like that. Oh, guys, I think I like that. So this was not cut very well. I didn't cut it, but there we go. So I'm going to put this on first. Now, I think I might have to do the second piece of ephemera in a different video, guys, because I think I've taken too long on this one. So yeah. And I'm also going to stitch around part of this. I'll put that right up to the edge. Because I've got to stitch the pad inside. But yeah, I think I'll do this in 2 videos. That's going to go a little bit over the acetate, and I don't mind. Let's ink along this too a little bit. Jingle bells. Yeah, that just reminds me of the Christmas tree. You're putting bells on the tree. You're putting like your decorations, your tinsel, your lights, and they look like they're decorating the tree together. So I just really like how it all looks. So I did also have these collage pieces that I was thinking of using. They're just scrappy bits, but you know what? I don't need them. I could put one inside. Might put something up there, like an image. Oh, let's put the other bit of the snowflake up there, guys. Can you see that? Let's put that up there, because let's just ink around it to give it a bit of definition, because we might as well use it, mightn't we? Might as well use the snowflake. And then I'm going to go and stitch the pad in. And then there will be a part 2 to this week's scrap, 50 scrap challenge 3. I mean, it doesn't show up brilliantly, but I don't think that matters. We've got like a little candy cane, because I do actually have the Tim Holtz Christmas Ideology sticker book. And I could put like one of these cute things. Let's see. Well, it says about lights. It's got the Christmas tree again. So let's use the Christmas tree with all its lights on it and kind of just put that there by the snowflake. Okay, I think I like that. I'm going to just go stitch this in and I will be back. Okay, guys, so I stitched the pad in. I used some green thread. So we now have our little Christmas pad. And then I did actually stitch these 3 areas. 1, to make sure they were closed. And 2, I just like stitching. It finishes it off. So this is what we have. It's quite vintage in style, but with lots of pops of colour. We have our lights. I was also inspired by the idea of lights being on the Christmas tree. These 2 are decorating the Christmas tree. They've got their bells. They've got their tinsel. We open it up. We have a bit of decoration here and another Christmas tree. We've got all our powder paper. We open it up here. It just says believe. I really like that. And then inside, when we pull this out, and I like to keep the blue, you could decorate that with a piece of paper, but I like to keep it so I remember it's a window envelope. I ended up adding a Tim Holtz word up here just saying sparkling decorations. We have our little journaling card. I did have to trim it a little bit more once I stitched around, because yeah, that takes away some of the space. That just pops out. I haven't put anything on it because you could write something in it. That will fit in a pocket. It will fit over a belly band, like you could have it over a belly band in your book, like so, in your journal. And yeah, I was thinking of adding a fabric top, but you know what? I really like that. You could do it the other way around. But yeah, I really like that. So don't forget, check out hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 3. This is lights. Now, I'm going to go do this part 2, where we make the piece of ephemera for stars. Bye for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching.